See them talk say, make we off mind. But thank God say, my ego don't come. So my people make you ladder. Oh, yo, yo, my ego don't come. Oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout. Oh, yo, yo, my ego don't come. Oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses. Oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come. Oh, yo, yo. My ego die the politico. Oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come. Oh, yo, yo. This one not day off in mind. Oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come. Oh, yo, yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my egun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my egun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say, make we no talk. But thank God say, my egun don't come. So my people make you laugh. Oh yo yo, my egun don't come. Oh yo yo, my people make you shout. Oh yo yo, my egun don't come. Oh yo yo. Man of the masses. Oh, yeah, yeah. My ego don't come. Oh, yeah, yeah. My ego diary politico. Oh, yeah, yeah. My ego don't come. Oh, yeah, yeah. This man not the off in mind. Oh, yeah, yeah. My ego don't come. Oh, yeah, yeah.
We have no blinker of electricity. They spend more than $60 billion. They forget that transmission line is a super highway for generated electricity and power. They could not even make a down payment for a roasted corn for that electricity.
Hello there. Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Mayegun live.
Facebook, YouTube, Mayegun diary, gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun diary. Mayegun diary, bó bá ṣe eré, àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun diary,
Thank you so much for joining me again from wherever you are watching from. Please share this broadcast. Invite your friends. Invite your not so friendly friends. Just tell them, Mayegun today.
Ani Mayegun lawamo dododo. Mayegun diary.
One honorable of Labour Party couldn't even wait. Couldn't wait for their swearing in before he publicly betrayed his own emotion. And now they are roasting it.
Lórí Facebook, and yes, you like Lórí YouTube, and yes, you like Oh, Baba Bewure, and yes, you like.
Also, today, when Kalu met with the royal fathers, I'm going to tell you about all of these visits and why they are so important to Kalu in a way of kind of indirectly legitimizing the illegitimacy. Share this broadcast.
And yes, you like. aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Máyégún máa wí.
Ayé sọ́ra kì í.
Máyégún ti dé.
Òkúra olóṣèlú.
Máyégún máa wí.
Ayé sọ́ra kì í.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ sọ́ra kì í.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ayé sọ́ra kì í.
Máyégún ti dé.
And I'm also going to take you to the court now.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú.
Today. And thank you for joining me again tonight. Tonight, I bring to you the trending kind of betrayal. And if you kind of listen to the video and the event that led to that, and what is currently going on in Nigeria, you will think the Labour Party and their representatives, whether they are Senate or they are reps, they are not going to tell you that election is over. Therefore, they are joining the mainstream. Some of you will probably expect the Julius Malema kind of people's representatives. I'm talking about Malema of South Africa. You know, they are like disruptors. They don't agree with the norm. And you know, they are actually like popular for that. Unfortunately, Nigeria is Nigeria. And one of the beneficiaries of the Obedient movement, or Obi and Obedient wave, that swept through the political space of Nigeria in the last 10 months before their elections, right? People are beginning to suspect them that they are going to, you know, they are like not many. For example, in the House of Representatives, I think they only have about 38. Well, that's substantial. That's many, right? In the Senate, they have about 8, right? That's also not bad. But nevertheless, they were invited. Now, let me tell you this, how this kind of always play out. Majority of politicians in Nigeria, right? Even those who are not that kind of prominent or popular, they are all looking for a way and means to get a meal ticket to the table. A lot of Nigerians, like I've told you, right? They have studied the political space for so long, and many of them have tried and failed in getting that meal ticket through PDP and APC. So usually, politicians kind of always fall back on smaller parties that they can use, okay, in getting their meal tickets. And in order to fully belong, the moment they begin to mingle and jingle and all of that, they will just say, you know what? I'm decamping to APC and PDP. So when the Obedient movement started, they honed it. You get what I mean now? The Obedient, they honed the whole movement, everything about it. The campaign, the narrative, the candidate, they honed everything. Therefore, they kind of feel in control. And as they were being told that they will be used and dumped the moment the dust is settled, right? The dust is not settled. And some of them are already kind of, showing that symptom of betrayal that is still to come. But with Obedience, they believe that if they elect them, they can recall them. And just before the first swearing in for this new elected National Assembly members, one of them already put a tag on himself. He's called Honorable Electee Ogba from Abia State. You're going to hear him. So in Nigeria, so when the election is kind of settled, it will be the time for cross-carpeting, because, of course, they were elected to go and make laws. Abi, Shebi, that's why you elected them, to make good laws for you. But you know that is the least thing they actually do in that place. The most important thing for them is if you are smart enough and you belong to the right clique, when they begin to share the juicy offices they created for themselves, they call them committees. Senate committee on this, House committee on that. So there are juicy committees that even if you are from minority party, if you play your card well, smart enough according to them, you can get selected into juicy committees where you will begin your own career of budget manipulation, budget padding, and every other thing that pays as long as there is money. Now, you see, the arrangement normally is this. You have the executive, which is the president, and all the executives, all of them. Then you have the legislatures. Their job is to make laws, okay? And at the same time, to check and balance on the executive. Then you have the judiciary. Their own job is to interpret whichever law the lawmakers make. Okay, if there is any dispute about them, you take them to the judiciary. So therefore, the main branch, right, that really have the main power, right, that all these other two are only there to what? To checkmate, is the executive. So what they do normally is that when the political party is declared as the executive, the president, their next job will be to control the supposed organ of government that should be controlling them, the National Assembly. And it starts from the selection of their leadership. That's where the politics of whether you have an ideology of Labour or you have ideology of PDP or APC, they don't really matter anymore. It is now time to start the trading. They call it horse trading or something like that. This is where the betrayal will start from, where you begin to ask, where are our own honorable? Where are our own? You know what I mean? So this is where they start shoveling it. But it doesn't come cheap too, okay? Because it is all about how much money they will be able to have access to and loot unchallenged, okay? The Senate president of the current Senate president that is living, right, is the one that is a signatory to all of the trillions of naira that Bokwari plundered. They legalized everything for him. Instead of them to probe them, expose them, the likes of Sirika and Co., right? They legalized all the stealing. That is not going to come cheap. So they'll get their own courts, just like you heard when they said, that they were given over $60 million to rob all of you. So when they want to fight for that leadership, it is like the same way of fighting, the same way they kill, to get to that same position. The fighting and the killings continue. Maybe not totally physical this time, but there will be also money. When the president says, I have a candidate to become the Senate president, I have a candidate that I want to be the speaker, because the idea is that if I nominate them, they will be loyal to me. And if they are loyal to me, my government won't have any problem. I can do everything I want to do with their cooperation. Do you get that now? There's no checks and balances here. This is cooperation. So each house, the Senate, the reps, now have those who are like the rebels, who are now going out of that arrangement by saying, no, the executive cannot choose leadership for them. That is how they normally do it until the last minute, and some of them will step down. But currently, you have two of them. Akpabiole to be the Senate president. Yari want to be Senate president. Akpabiole is someone they want to use as a white sheep, okay, in the heart of black sheep. Muslim president, Muslim vice president, Muslim speaker, Muslim, Chief Justice of Nigeria. So if they want to have a Senate president, they should try and make it a Christian, a thief, Akpabiole. Yari, another thief from Zamfara. is now saying that no, APC cannot have Muslim president and vice, planning to have a Muslim speaker, and they now feel concerned that the Senate president should be Christian. Why did they suddenly feel that religion matters, right? Now the guy is also challenging, which is now prompted the meetings that you have seen one of the Labour Party House of Rep members attended. Yari is calling his own group, speaking to, because as it is, if the rep members of opposition parties, if all of them come together and PDP, APC will not be able to choose a speaker. Do you get that? If the opposition of PDP, Labour Party, and others, if they come together, APC will not be able to choose a Senate president. They can swing it. So Yari is banking on that. Yeah? And then I think it's Wasi or another person is banking on the same thing in the House of Reps. So how do you settle that in their political way? They call a meeting. And that meeting is with his own bag of money to tell them, would you support us? Would you support my candidate for reps? And that was where Labour Party candidate met Tinubu. And he said it's the best day of his life. That today is his best day. That he listened to his president. He didn't know that Tinubu was so intelligent, so prepared to be president of Nigeria. Guess what? According to, for you to know, he is one of the beneficiaries of your Obi wave. So somebody who is probably never expected for any reason at all to be elected. So here, he was sitting in a room with veteran criminals that he's been reading about in the papers, that he himself has formed opinion about. I mean, on your side, trying to fight the establishment like they all pretended. But within a space of 1 hour, Alaye left the meeting and his whole countenance changed. And like I said, it will all come down to, we need to work and build Nigeria, Alayo. Now, from record, everyone who supports Akpabiole as a senator, any senator that is ready to vote for Akpabiole as Senate president will be given 100 million naira each. All the senator elects, that is, if you are ready to support Akpabiole for Senate president, 100 million. Now, the rumor is that Yari is now saying he is willing and ready to pay 200 million naira for each senator. In fact, they were actually talking about dollars now. Are you with me? So this is the standard. So whether you are Labour or you are APC or PDP, now, one of them said it is no longer about party now. It's about building Nigeria. For the House of Reps members, from what we have heard, though, if you are ready to support Tinubu's candidate, Abbas, 50 million naira is ready for you. Just pick it up. All right? That's it. There's no story. All I want is I want peace. I don't want the house to be chasing me or anybody chasing anybody in my government. I want you all to work with me. But if you are willing to support my candidate as your speaker, you will be paid 50 million naira. The scandal is going to break out soon anyway. But yeah, if you are hearing it on Mayegun's Diary Political for the first time, you are welcome. So it's now a game of money and it's starting from tonight. Sure, you get from tonight, tomorrow, day after, which is going to be on Sunday. Now, Sunday evening, that is when the competition for money, who is going to support who, sure you get. You will think they are doing it because, well, they have no choice now. They need to still, but guess what? Julius Malema and his guys in South Africa, they will not attend any meeting that says they want to discuss the leadership of the house. Knowing who they are, they will not attend. No member of his political party will attend ANC meeting where they want to discuss how to choose leadership for the South African National Assembly. It won't. So ordinarily, yeah, you would expect that, what are they going to tell you other than support my candidate? And then others will invite you to another hotel. Yari will take them to another hotel. Tinubu will bring them into Old Rock and offer them the money straight up. So the choice is now yours. And the party has begun, by the way. You are a member elect. Now, so what they do for you. Now, money issue. If you are ready, take them. If you are not, if you want to do, what do you call it? Obedient, that's fine. No problem. We will still choose leadership anyway. But if you do well, if you find you a committee, where you say you go to make money, nobody go touch you. So it's like that. So if you have all the Labour Party people you know, this is how you get to understand what is the difference between APC, Egbekegbe, as well as pig dig pit. I read that somewhere. They said that people destroying people is not enough. You can just call the PDP. You can call them pig dig pit. That's pig dig pit. You'll be able to now see, right, that it is not mostly about them. It is the system that a lot of them seems to be denying. But the moment they have an opportunity to get closer, you don't talk when you are eating, do you? Anyway, so they met last night. I'm sorry, some part of this clip doesn't have audio. I may put some sound behind to you can just watch the, and then listen to the music behind, all right? Then I will take you to this honorable Labour Party honorable member who met Tinubu for the first time, according to him, and he just was like, he melt. APC, Egbekegbe, Agbadorians, they have been using that video all day. That you see, majority of you don't know Tinubu. This is what we saw in him. We know that he's intelligent. We know that. Obidients started Googling what section of the Electoral Act says we can record this man. How can we record this? Anybody, any member of Labour Party that's begin to display the symptom of the same system they are trying to fight, what would they do? How can they get them back? They don't go read Section 133 of the Electoral Act 2022. Now, they are moving mad now, like, Shinwo, you did, Agbu, Abi, what to be your name? We'll go first, go see the gathering where Kalu mesmerized. According to them, money they talk. If they talk, say you get idea. For this kind of thing, you will know the kind of people, right? That have told you they are coming to change Nigeria. No, they are not. I told you the sound wasn't really kind of on. They muted all they were saying. But that was the meeting last night, okay, where they told them where he told them that he wanted Akpabioli as Senate president and he wants Abbas from Kaduna as the speaker, as well as their deputies that they have chosen for them. And everybody felt happy. So while they left that room, they cornered this Labour Party House of Representative elects, and that's how Wahala started.
Hi, Honorable, your name, please.
My name is Honorable Amobi Godwin Oga,
Okay.
member elect to represent the good people of Isukwato and Omunnochi Federal Constituency. I'm from Abia State.
Well, thank you very much. How do you describe this meeting between the president and the incoming members of the 10th Assembly, briefly?
Well, I can tell you that today is my best day. Today, I'm so happy that I'm an elected member, seeing my president talking. In fact, I have never knew that this man is so intelligent. I have never knew that this man is so prepared to serve this country. I saw the love, I saw the character, I saw the charisma, the belief that Nigeria can be a better nation. So I am so glad that what meeting we have today is going to take us a little bit to a more stabilized house. And I'm telling you, as at now, even without talking to us again, we have agreed that we are going towards the government decision. Not minding I'm of Labour Party. As at now, the party is not the issue. We are talking about building the nation. We are talking about the unity of Nigeria.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Here you get that. Even if you know meet us again, we agree. You don't supposed to meet us again. We agree. Anything we agree. Imagine your own rep or you that you want to, they hid behind fighting consumption, from consumption to production. Labour Party rep member attended one single meeting inside that old rock. He saw the allure, he saw the luxury, he smelled the mint of money. And at that moment, it was like, there is no point in being opposition here. We agree. Anything where you want to, we agree. Even though I'm a Labour, it's about unity of Nigeria. It's about building Nigeria. That's what caused all the conversation since. So, who be this guy? Oh, yeah, recall him. This one go betray also. I'm like, Nigeria is irredeemable. Okay? And Nigeria is going to prove that to you. You see, everything you are witnessing right now is called an experience. And when I was growing up, on this, what do you call it? Wale Adenuga production, Baba Jasco, and all of that. There were this, whenever their program was ending, they would put up a quote, different quotes. There is this, what do you call it? Hey, I'm gonna put that aside. But one thing is this: life is a teacher. That's what I wanted to say. They said life is a teacher. The more you live, the more you learn. And then they said we are nothing but pencil in the hands of the creator, whatever that means. That's not the one I was looking for. But you get it now. So this kind of Nigeria that sometimes kind of push up a kind of any hope at all that some of you cling on to, and you build on that to the point that you believe that maybe this is it, hope for Nigeria. Everybody is looking for an opportunity to take advantage of what they can get when it gets to their turn. And if you are suspecting them, you are probably right. They will tell you, no, it's not how to do things. If for them to work for Nigeria, they cannot be opposition. We are not talking of them having to oppose everything. At least give people the sign that this is going to be a breath of fresh air. Okay? But what are you going to do? when Akpabiole, who met with PDP, wherever they met, an hotel or somebody's house, so we didn't know, but they met and he gave them deal. But when it comes to the Labour Party, they had to set a table, high table for him inside the Labour Party secretariat. What message do you think they were sending? To say that, hey, we are your big brother. We are the criminals. You all condemn. But listen. We can actually be very good to you if you are good to us. Come on. We all have the same agenda. Imagine Akpabiole saying it publicly that they have the same agenda with Labour Party or APC. Egbekegbe has the same agenda for Nigeria, just like other people. What agenda is that? That your politicians will come around and tell you that it's for the sake of Nigeria. Nalayo. But that was that of the Labour Party. Give me a sec.
Right, Honorable, your name, please.
My name is Honorable Amobi Godwin Oga,
Okay.
member-elect to represent the good people of Isukwato and Omunnochi Federal Constituency. I'm from Abia State.
Oh, thank you very much. How do you describe this meeting between the President and the incoming members of the 10th Assembly, briefly?
Well, I can tell you that today is my best day. Today, I'm so happy that I'm an elected member, seeing my president talking. In fact, I have never knew that this man is so intelligent. I have never knew that this man is so prepared to serve this country. I saw the love, I saw the character, I saw the charisma, the belief that Nigeria can be a better nation. So I am so glad that what meeting we have today is going to take us a little bit to a more stabilized house. And I'm telling you, as at now, even without talking to us again, we have agreed that we are going towards the government decision.
We have agreed we are going to be the rubber stamp. So if you see the Obidients showing the level of power and disappointment when they are still very much confident that they are going to reclaim their mandate from Kolu, and they expect that those who have been fortunate enough to have been elected on their platform, they will rally around to the end. They will rally around Peter Obi. I remember telling you that one of the things you are going to witness in the course of this court case is that apart from using money to buy people out, or buy people away from Peter Obi until it's going to become only him and maybe yourselves, the Obidients and his lawyers, right? Some people are going to be intimidated to stop associating with him or the court case. Some people are going to be offered things that they are going to lure them away, right? And others who actually have the legitimacy, right, to keep rallying a ring around him, they will begin to dismantle them one by one. So it will just have to be you, the Obidients, and Obi, and those who will be left around that time will kind of have to take this to the end. Now, this is not in any way trying to plant a doubt in your mind. It's already there. A lot of you are already seeing some signs from some of those you called your, supposed loyal or loyalist of Obi and Obedience. They're going to do more. I hope a lot of you are kind of ready. Anyway, let's leave this the fight of betrayal or no betrayal. I'm sorry for that blinking, okay? Let's see if I can put something up. But now, you know what we're going to do? I'm going to take you back to that Aso Rock, where Kolu met with the royal fathers and what they had to say. Here, he actually spoke, right? He did say something. A stretch, right? Don't go anywhere. Hang on. Right. So, before we go fully into the asshole rock and what happened there, all right, everyone who met with Bokwari for the 8 bloody years and the years of ruins that he represented, they all came back to say he's so passionate about Nigeria. They've never seen anybody working so hard for Nigeria. They've never seen such love. They've never seen somebody, they even mobilized religious people, Igbos, and tribesmen from everywhere to go and meet Bokwari and say, oh, everything they are hearing about Bokwari has been lies. He's such a very wonderful person. Nigeria was bleeding. And by the time Bokwari was gone, the praise singers, they are changing the tunes as we speak. But let me tell you something about power in Nigeria, just for this conversation. Before the charade they called election, I remember very well telling you that the likes of Tinubu or APC or PDP, they don't care how they win election. Sure you get? They don't care. What really matters is that win or get the election rigged and get yourself declared first. Because the way Nigeria works is that the moment you are declared as the next president of Nigeria, no matter the circumstances, no matter the bloody and what have you that, led to that, in Nigeria, one by one, the same people who witnessed the charade, who witnessed the fraud, from religious leaders to royal fathers to what do you call it? This elites, and then on, then to the tribal leaders, to ethnic leaders, to others like that. They will be bringing them one by one, and what they are bringing them in to do is to pledge their allegiance to the new power. The rest of the country may just be like, hey, well, you know what I mean? But this is how they kind of rally it around. And gradually, no matter how fraudulent it is, they will tell you they can't change it anymore. There's already a sort of aura form around it. So what we have to advise is, let everybody wait for the next election. So what Kolu is doing right now is to bring everybody to him. And knowing that he is he's a politician, so there is no doubt. He knows what to tell them. And all he had to tell them is going to be like the 7th kingdom of China. If you read these 48 laws of power, there's a section there where the emperors in China, right? They are the people who are kind of appointed. The way they do it, right, is that before you are appointed the emperor of China, there are other, there are other parts of China, like about 7, where other warlords are allowed to control somehow. But in the history of China, what happened then was emperors, when you are declared an emperor, you won't last. The people around you will have to conspire and cut you down. Then they will make one of them emperor. Then when they are tired of you, within a short space of time, they will cut you down and they will appoint one of them as emperor. So it was pretty much like a death sentence. Death sentence to be made an emperor in China. So there came one emperor. And what did he do? He called all of the heads of all this, the part of China, and he called all of them to a meeting. They thought he was going to kill them. And, so that, he can be in control until another set of people will rise and cut him down, right? So some of them felt like it was going to kill them. But when they finally attended, right, he told them that he will retire them into life of luxury, that they will no longer have to worry about, having to die because of being emperor or what have you. Yeah. And by so doing, they will pledge their allegiance to him. He will make them comfortable. That was how he became the first longest reigning emperor in China. Now, this is unrelated though. So you get, just for optical. What Tinubu is doing is that he knows there are so many parts of Nigeria who are currently holding so much compromise on this election or this charade. They are still holding the rope, even though he's in charge enough that he could use that position, right, to kill the entire opposition against him, which is what he's still going to do, right? But before you do that, those who felt like if he become what he wants to become, it could be a missed opportunity for them too. So what is he doing? He's now bringing everybody close to say, you are going to be fine. I want you to go back and tell your people. You see, you are royal fathers, Abi. I have a lot I want to do for you. You will be comfortable. I promise you. I know a lot of people are currently so like they don't want this, they don't want me, and all of that. That is how establishments rally around and build the nest and become something bigger than just a candidate Tinubu. Now that's what they are doing. Is met with this. You see all those your cleric cans, all this can Christian Association and the rest of them. All those leaders, Igbos, Yoruba, Fulani, and the rest of them, they are still going to rally them like that and give them their own promises too. All of these are just to send them back by making them realize that if he lose or if he gets kicked out of this place, they lose, all of them. But if they believe that he would take care of them better than anybody else, right? He would rely on them to use their different influence and offices or positions, right, to convince their people that it's not worth it to try to want to fight and remove Tinubu. Now, this is how you rally them, and everybody get their cut, and everybody look forward to blackmailing you from using tribe, religion, and the rest of that. And finally, they will tell you, the reason why Tinubu cannot be removed, no matter the evidence, is because Tinubu mean well. Are you with me? And if anybody try to remove him, it's going to shake the entire Nigeria, and it can cause trouble in Nigeria. What they are saying is that if you remove Tinubu, you are removing the privileges, the consumption that Nigeria represents, and that is unacceptable. So building this and the usual all talk, no action, Tinubu invited the royal fathers who have been victims themselves, or should I say their own different subjects have been victims of terrorism and so many other economic hardship, right? But Tinubu was able to tell them that, listen, I promise you, I see poverty on the faces of people. I want to remove the poverty, but I need you. So what he's practically telling them is that even if I didn't win, even if it's kind of I rigged, but somebody has to be here. I am ready. I want to do it. Give me that chance, kind of. Sure you get? Because it's no longer about, it's no longer about campaigns anymore. He's the press idiot. It's not about him complaining to people anymore. It is actually about him telling them the actions he is taking or he will be taking, but that's not the case, right? So we'll go listen to some of them and see how many of you will feel like, oh, I never knew that he's so intelligent. Oh, I didn't know that he is so prepared. And the rest of all those, and the rest you like to do. Would you mind? No. Now let's go take a listen. When Kalu met with royal fathers, the first part, Viable TV. Credit.
The Ungrateful and fathers and sons I want to say thank you to your friend, who was my great neighbor in Vienna. Thank you. To many of you who representing the mind of Nigeria in the context of our diversity. I'm very, very grateful that you call on me and my team to wish us success as early as this in the administration. Your confidence and your prayers will be accepted by Almighty Allah. In secretary to the government, and could see happiness of courtship ages to many of our other royal fathers. Thank you. Without your prayers and directly or indirect support, I won't be standing before you as the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. First, I must thank you. Your prayers, your accommodations, the palaces I was able to visit, and those ones I was unable to visit. My exceptional uncle, Brother, welcome. I think your dream is realized and your prayer is answered. Thank you very much. All the senior government officials here present, worry not. Nigeria is in good hands. I'm standing before you. Yes, as urgent. You pay attention to what I've been doing. I'm grateful. You pay attention to the subsidy removal. Why should we, in good sense, in good heart, feed smugglers, be a Father Christmas to the neighboring country, and even though they say not every day is Christmas. So, the elephants, that's what's going to bring Nigeria to its knees, is the subsidy. A country that cannot pay salary, and say potential. We are calling ourselves I think we did the right thing. It's in your hand. As the closest people to the local government, to the grassroots, to persuade our people to have the understanding. These prices will be high now, but it will go down. And any roadblock in our way of progress will remove it. At least. I've listened to another view. The lamentation about the capital project. Where is the money going to come from? If we don't protect our resources and our boundaries, you cannot have development without capital project. That is why it is very, very good that you are here. Equally, that takes me to the leadership of assembly, where democracy that we must manage. I need your help in managing that democracy. Summon our ambitious people that wanted to be head and speaker, the officers of the house. We have only 2 chairs. Senate President, 1 chair. The Speaker, 1 chair. If I have 6 people struggling in the same environment, they will joke. They will joke. So it's only through your counseling, your responses to them, that we can.
It's traumatized. I know. You know, sometimes I feel like, when you watch Mayegun's Diary Politico, there are some things that you don't want to see, some faces you don't like seeing. You don't care what they are saying because no matter what they say, you probably will never understand what they are saying because you're not interested. But I still have to make you watch. Is that abusive? Is our relationship abusive? Because we call it the diary. You write the good, the bad, the ugly. I'm sorry if that was so traumatizing for you. It is just the first part. I have another part. But let me lighten your mood. To those of you who felt somehow, let me tell you what he was saying in a very simple term. 1, as a relic, the president of Nigeria right now is indirectly asking the royal fathers in Nigeria to use their position and talk to the people, okay, and persuade the people to try to understand why the subsidy on petroleum has to go. He said Nigeria can no longer continue to feed smugglers. So therefore, subsidy had to go. He said some people are not happy. And this democracy, it needs their help to help stabilize it. He said it needs their help to stabilize democracy in Nigeria. So, like I told you before, the meeting was to bring all of them and say, listen, anything where you want, I will take care of you. But I need you to please use your position and tell people that if they sell a liter of petrol at 600 naira, they should buy it like that, okay? Because we have to. There is no way, there is no money. And they should, you know what I mean? Like, just talk to them. And also, some of the people who are not happy that is the president, that they should use their position as well to persuade them, because this democracy, he wants them to help him, you know what I mean? That's the few I remember. I bet some of you actually heard the rest. Abi? Mm-hmm. But there is another part. I'm sorry if it is, we just have to see it before we continue. Sorry. Why you gonna stop apologizing? You know I'm just teasing you, because I'll still have to play it anyway. It's part of it. Kalu talking to the Obas today.
But your worry should be about your grandchildren and great-grandchildren. And they must not catch you in penury. I've asked Shewo about rural development. It requires attention. We've got to find a fund. What about the other security issues? I promise that we will continue to look into that seriously to get you to sleep with your 2 eyes closed. What is our focus? And why am I here? I've told you in your various constituencies when I was able to visit that the unity and togetherness of this country cannot be compromised. Joy and happiness as you are here give Ife is due. Give Sultan is due. And equally, let me thank Sultan for very uncommon sense advice about Nigeria. He's a very patriotic individual. You mentioned youth unemployment. We are going to tackle all of that. It is only when we have the prosperity for the country that we can create jobs that will employ those youths. Yeah. We need your help in the oil producing areas. By a tiny percentage of our people does not help the economy. Overcrowding of their heart with the resources we need to appeal to them. We need to thank them. Besides, we will work as hard as possible to ensure that diversity of this country is used and employed for the prosperity of growth and stability. We promise you. Thank you. Like I said, Without your prayers, support, and ideas, I won't be standing before you as the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Election is over. So is the campaign before it. So it's time for governance. And that's what I promised. Yesterday, I know among you here, you have the pension report as the members of the judiciary or retired members of the judiciary have signed into law the new age of retirement. Equally, you mentioned electricity, power generation cannot be embarked upon by state government. The bill has been signed. That's devolution of power. That should be our contribution to the developmental progress that we are looking for. And we will continue in ways that will help you. We are all heirs. We are ready to listen. Any given time, I promise you an open door policy. And that is the way I will go. That open door policy is for you to call me, send to me any given time.
Okay, I think I should pity even myself, because you all know that it's just moving from one thing to another, not making any real sense other than the buzzword on agriculture, on youth, on how you can sleep in your house, security, on how to sleep in your, you will sleep in your house with your eyes closed, the diversity, youths. Then it says something about, crowded, overcrowded mind of the youth. I was like, what the hell is he talking about? That the situation in Nigeria has overcrowded the mind of the youth, and we must use our diversity to create job. And the resources of the youth must be tamed. What nonsense was he talking about? Apart from all the buzzword, but he also said that, yes, I have signed the devolution of power bill into law. They don't start now just 2 weeks, so they don't start this scam again. In March, Bukwari said he has signed a bill into law that will allow the states and individuals to generate electricity. March, you don't forget. So the talk said they don't add private sector to also generate electricity. So they're going to give them to Kolu to sign. And Kolu just told them there that electricity. Now everybody can go and generate electricity. And some are saying that even if not that one only he did. Well, everybody go figure out their life after that. I was like, oh yeah, that's true. And that is why during his campaign, he was personally angry or sad that Nigeria spent 16 billion without making a deposit or a down payment for the roasted corn. Don't go anywhere.
We have no blinker of electricity. They spend more than $60 billion. They forget that transmission line is a super highway for generated electricity and power. They could not even make a down payment for a roasted corn for that electricity.
They've started their propaganda, okay? That they're going to make you think all of this while where Kolu was doing all that gaff, sick one, oh, they will make you think he's pretending. You just listen to about a 15 minutes video of Kolu. See, that person sounded like somebody with something they hear. Let's be honest. Like after you listen to him, could you pinpoint something that you can say, wow, what he said is going to do, the action they said they are already taking on this, so and so, I am impressed about that.